New chat. Make some noise. Congratulations. Yeah.
All right. And that's how we introduce tonight's guest, everybody. What is going on? Welcome to EpicTube HD. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know, chat, if everything sounds cool and copacetic.
I still hear the
again,
audio from this Twitch.
Say again?
I still hear the audio from the Twitch stream, I think.
Oh, okay. Let me turn that. Yeah, I just turned it off. So now you're hearing probably some music. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit.
There it is. That's what it was.
There we go. So, anyways, what is going on, everybody? Captain Asia says first, what is happening, my guy? Can you guys hear me? Is everything good? Now I'm trying to get everything back up to par here. There's my Captain Asia, Asians representing.
Hey, let's go. You know it. Let's go.
Landon 106. Sounds pretty good. Lucius Chaos. Here comes everybody. I hear ya. Sorry, everyone. I greatly apologize. This is the first time I'm using Ted's Basements app that he uses. And I must have hit the wrong button because we were ready to go, right?
Yeah, we were ready like way earlier than.
And then it just all shut off. It all shut off. I don't know what the heck happened. But welcome, guys. EpicTube HD. Welcome to the channel. I'm Harley, if you don't know who I am. Today, we got a great guest with us today. This is Khai, formerly known as Khai.
Yeah.
And if you don't know him, he was the runner-up in the Casters Cup, the first ever Metazoo official big, huge, fat tournament that had tons of money in it. And he killed it. I was there in person. I watched it. And, yeah, so what is going on, everyone? Again, hi to Nojo, Filth Planet, Lucius Chaos again. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Woo! It's stressful when this stuff happens. This is why I was telling Khai before we started that I am known as a dumpster fire. And, you know, it happened. So, anyways, say what's up, Khai. What is going on? Who are you exactly, other than what I just said, I guess?
What's up, everybody? I am Khai, formerly known as Khai. Pretty much everybody knows me as Khai, but I recently rebranded to the Metazoo side of town after the big win. So, you know, as CPT Asia saying, Asian representation, your boy's Vietnamese based in Dallas, Texas. As you can see, I do Pokemon, Metazoo, all of the above, but mostly Metazoo nowadays.
Wow. So, yeah, Captain Asia is one epic dude. Let me tell you what, you guys were playing. We were sitting over at the Metazoo booth, and we were with Mario, you know, from Metazoo.
Hey, yeah.
And I was, you know, Captain Asia was like, how are you looking on your wilderness set, man? I was like, man, I'm like 7-8 boxes deep. I still haven't pulled a Prismora. I haven't pulled any other Wild 7 besides a Dragon of Matanto.
Yep.
Yeah, and Awful. That's it. So I was 7-8 booster boxes deep, like 6 spell books, a whole bunch of other product, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he literally just opens up his binder, and he pulls out a Prismora. Mind you, he just had it signed by one of the artists, right?
Yeah.
He gives it to me.
Yeah, dude, that's nice.
I know, right?
That's
I was
awesome.
like, yo, what is going on, man? I was so blown away. And it was absolutely amazing that he did that. Cool Squirrel Gaming, what is going on, man? Welcome. Are you working? He's another one of our Puerto Rican family here.
Hey, nice.
You know, my wife is Puerto Rican, so you'll hear her chiming in. We're like a family channel.
Yeah.
So you're gonna hear my wife. You might hear the kids. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen here. So
I'm down for everything.
Yo, TCG World Fernology. Which you guys don't know, Fernology just changed his name. He is now known as TCG World Order. He's a former wrestler, so
Oh, I think I
guess
bought something from his whatnot or something one day.
yeah. Oh man, right now, if you want to get good stuff, he's like no one can beat him right now and whatnot. Unfortunately, he didn't get. He was a partner earlier, or I don't know if he was a full partner, but he was one of the early people earlier. Unfortunately, he didn't make it for the partnership program. So now he's like, look, he's got all this Metazoo product he's stuck with. So we ran a sponsored video, and surprisingly, with 10% off and his low box prices, nobody hopped on that. I was really surprised. I mean, you could have got boxes for I think around $70 maybe, free shipping too.
Dang, that's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, because he's loaded right now. In fact, this Sunday's live, he's sending me the product for this Sunday's live like he did this past Sunday. So I've got some more coming to try and see if I can wrap up Cryptid Nation 2 and get the set. Because I'm a set collector.
Yeah.
And you're a player, right?
Yeah.
Is that all you do? Or would you call yourself
Is that all you do? I definitely collect as well. But as a player, I like to stay on a good budget where I don't like spend too much on like the cards that I need. So if I'll prioritize playing first all the time. So if I have to like sell a collection piece, it's out the window. It's gone. I don't need it. I'd rather play in the tournament than not play what I need to play and collect like a freaking Mothman or something. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's I'm called a hoarder. I'm sorry, I'm putting up my blockade here just in case the audio is bouncing. I'm a hoarder. Let me show you how bad of a hoarder I am.
Okay.
I see my so
you got some good stuff back there, man.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of stuff there. A lot of the stuff there is empty boxes, though. I'm gonna be honest. It just looks good on the shelf. But see, I don't throw anything away. So this is
God.
Like these are all booster boxes in here. There's like everything. I'm literally a hoarder when I say I don't give anything up. So yeah.
Dude, I'm like that too. I try not to, but I get stuck. I get lost in the loop sometimes, to be honest.
So, and I do apologize, everybody, for my crappy internet. It suddenly dipped on me a bit, I see. And I'm on Ethernet, which is, I don't get that. If I'm on Ethernet, I shouldn't have any issues.
Ooh, no,
and I know huh?
Nojo asked a question about when is my next tournament. That's crazy.
Yes, I got a few questions. I told him I'm gonna pretty much go off the cuff. I did write a few notes down, just to keep myself, on track. But we're gonna ask the audience here a lot of questions. Rillazoom, what is going on, man? Welcome, Rillazoom. Captain Ish says not only is he a player and a collector, us Asians are good looking and hardworking.
Let's go. Did
you call in? Did you call in like the cavalry? We got Pee-wees in here now.
Asian representation. Let's go.
Pee-wees, what's going on, man?
Hey, there's not many of us in the hobby, so I respect you all for being here.
Definitely, yeah. Technical difficulties always occur when you're recording or streaming, man. It never fails. Like I said, I've dubbed myself the dumpster fire hour here because it's almost never goes perfect. So even though I live in Atlanta, Georgia, I live on the outskirts. So literally, the fiber lines and everything, they stop a quarter of a mile from where my neighborhood is.
Oh,
so we we just have one choice.
You better sneak an Ethernet cable down to that down that way.
Yeah, so I'm doing what we can. And plus my house is full of streamers. My brother right now, he's streaming. He has almost 200 people in his stream right now. He streams Hot Toys.
Hot Toys.
Yeah, have you heard of those?
Like Hot Wheels?
No, Hot Toys is like a super high end action figure. Like we're talking $300, $400, $500 action figures.
Okay.
Like legitimate like stuff. So he's real big into that, and his channel's going crazy right now. So he's streaming right now because got San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if you know how old I am, but I'm actually pretty old. I actually have an older daughter that's almost 30. So she's downstairs. She's currently living with us right now, and she's streaming with her husband because they stream.
Oh my god!
So my house is like a whole streaming thing, and like
That's awesome.
I have like, yeah, it's crazy. So that's why they're eating up all my data.
You gotta go down the stairs like, hey, yo, get off the internet.
I know, right? Now my brother, he does pretty well. I can't tell him to get off though.
No, I did the same thing with my brothers when we had like really bad Wi-Fi and we were all trying to play some Call of Duty. I'd be like, hey, yo, can y'all get off YouTube? I'm trying to win.
Right? Yeah, I'm about to get to the question, guys. Also, it also sucks is with Melon, I'm not paying for the service. So they only will allow you to go to 720. But you look really good. Like I'm looking at you right now on YouTube, and you look nice and clear. And I'm looking all like foggy and hazy. So
it is what it is.
I know, right? So let's get back here. So we got a certain hentai is in here, all the way from Spain. What is going on?
Excuse me.
Okay, so let's start off with the first question. What TCG did you grow up playing? Where did you come from for Metazoo?
Oh, okay. So, a lot of y'all know me from a Pokemon background, but I never played the Pokemon TCG at like pretty much at all until recently. But I came from a Yu-Gi-Oh background. That's where all my competitive background is. It's sending people to the Shadow Realm, being sent there myself. Yu-Gi-Oh days.
Okay, so I mean, you're not that far behind, really. I mean, what year would you say you really got into Pokemon? What was the year you think?
Shoot, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! I was playing in middle school, and then whenever I was like collecting Pokemon, I was trying to play a card game. So I was just like I said on my other interviews, I was trying to go between Pokemon or Metazoo, and I chose Metazoo. So it was really recent, like maybe a year and a half ago, I was trying out Pokemon, and I just didn't feel it was the vibe for me.
Yeah, I play. My kids all play, and I try to play with my kids, so I know how to play Pokemon. I played back in the day for just for fun, but I understand a little bit of it. I don't understand a lot of things still, but Metazoo, I don't really know anything other than what I've been picking up and trying to learn, just in terms of understanding cards. So I'm not really looking to play. However, that's probably going to change in Roswell for a minute.
I was going to say, let's learn in Roswell, dude. I got you.
There's something's going to happen in Roswell. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
I do know that much. But yeah. So I've just been trying to figure out the cards and stuff. So let's see what else we got. Captain Asia, man. The Asian boys are here. Stupid. Says Prism Aura, I would say is number 1. I gotta head back to work. Have a great stream, guys. Yeah, Captain Asia, man, you have a good one. Pee-wees, have a good rest of the work day. How's everyone's night doing? Says Cryptid Nation News. What is going on, Ian? Ian is up in the house as well. You guys don't know, Ian just switched his name from the One-Eyed Crow for YouTube purposes. He switched from the One-Eyed Crow to Cryptid Nation News.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So now we've got Cryptid Nation News, and we got Pee-wees, who are bringing a lot of the Metazoo news out there. Guys, great channels to sub to, everybody. Cryptid Nation News and Pee-wees, they do great stuff, knowledgeable, unlike myself. They know what they're talking about. Joker's favor.
Dude, he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yes.
What a legend.
I don't think there's a person who doesn't know Joker, right? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I see his username everywhere, and I'm like, that's how you know it's a Metazoo video.
Yeah. Joker is literally like, I was reading comments and you'll see his comments and I'm like, whoa, he commented on this.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny, man. So a couple things I was gonna ask you was like, so I don't know if you want to say where you're from now. Where are you from right now?
I'm from Dallas, Texas. So when Dallas DFW CollectCon, it was right in our alley. It was like maybe 45 minutes from my house, and I was like, thank God. I was like, I don't gotta like fly anywhere, drive too far. It was all close nearby.
Did you grow up there?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Dallas for the most part, and then I moved to South Dallas, this place, city called Cedar Hill. That's where I was born and raised, and then now I'm back in like Dallas. You know, there's like the Dallas Metroplex, or like the whole area, but now I'm actually in the Dallas city.
Yeah, when we went to CollectCon, I didn't see anything other than Fort Worth, and we went out. We went out on a Friday night, and we went to one of those bars, the real big one, the biggest toe dancing or something bar. I don't know what it was. It was pretty crazy though. It was fun. It was a good time there. You had Unlisted Lee from Pokemon. He was up in there with us.
Nice.
And we had like our whole crew, which was Polish Rob and Yizzy Pokemon. I don't know if you know them. Yizzy, another Asian guy there.
I kind of recognize the names, but I'm like too Metazooed out right now.
Yeah, well, they're still mainly all Pokemon. They haven't switched over. They haven't gotten the taste yet.
It's okay. One day.
One day, yeah. I'm trying. You know, we're trying. But well, they're mostly just buying and selling is kind of what they're doing. But I told them you got to start getting into the Metazoo, man. It's where it's at. But they're in that old Pokemon stuff though, so you know what's up with that when it comes to So, but so you grew up in Dallas. Did you play any sports or do anything cool like that? Guys, listen real quick. I'm gonna ask him questions because he's done a few interviews already where I think he's said a lot of things. So I'm just gonna try and touch up on some other things that maybe he hasn't spoken about that might be cool to talk about. But we will stick to asking, to some Metazoo questions. I know a lot of you guys have some questions out there about things. But what did you grow up doing? Like, did you play sports or, chess or anything else other than playing RPG?
Well, so when I was in school, I didn't play any sports. I was pretty unathletic. I still kind of am, to be honest. But I was in band. I did drumline for most of my high school time. I was like trumpet or drums, and I was like, yeah, I'm going with drums. So I was in drumline for most of my years. So I was the band kid. And then the only sport I actually really done was, technically one. I did mixed martial arts for a little bit, but it's nothing serious. It was like a 2 weeks thing. That's 2 weeks. So we don't count that one. But a sport that I played in college was ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah.
It sounds like stupid in all honesty, but it's so fun and it's super rigorous and the cardio is intense. It's a really fun sport.
It is. It's. I know. And when you get out there, you play it. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different. Well, you see what college you end up going to? Can I say?
Yeah, sure. I went to UNT, the University of North Texas. It's in Denton. It was an hour away from home, so I was like far from my family, but not too far.
It reminds me of a movie. Did they make a movie like Necessary Roughness or something? Or
oh god,
they made a movie I think on North Texas one time or something.
Oh, probably.
I'm pretty positive it wasn't on. It was like a joke, like a comedy. But I think it was on North Texas. I want to say though.
Oh, Lily's here. Hey, Lily's here. Let's go.
So, Alec Taylor is in the house. What is up tonight, guys? Nothing much. We're just here chilling and talking shop, getting to know Khai, who has become number 2 in the world. What was some of the things I was going to ask you about? So, other than being because you are a professional at this point because you got paid, but what else do you do for a living? I mean, do you mind saying or?
Yeah, so right now I'm just kind of doing a job till I find something that I truly enjoy. But right now I'm just doing the official title is pharmacy utilization management. It's fancy words for insurance pharmacy technicians.
Okay.
So that's
So you,
basically what I do.
so you have an actual real job. I
Kind of.
also well, then I also know so that you're also a partner, a
Yeah.
partner store.
Yes,
So
sir.
what's that all about?
So I've been always wanting to be a store, an online store. I don't know if you see behind me, I'm starting to get all my products and stuff. But a card goal I had was to become an online store so my hobby can cover itself. That's always been my goal, is the hobby should cover itself. And it kind of just kept spiraling in a positive way. So I got my own store up and running. I got in with Mike and I was like, hey, can I be a partner? And then after a few talks and stuff, and after like repeatedly asking, he was like, "Yeah, man, I got you." And then I got to hold my end of the deal of being a partner, so I got to make sure I uphold the rules and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've got some of the cash to back it up. So I mean,
Oh yeah.
no wonder why Mike did it, because he's not really losing anything. I'm gonna write
Technically,
you
it is a win-win situation.
You're like, here, take it back. So okay, so that's some interesting things. Like I said, I actually didn't know that you were a partner until I think maybe a couple days ago. I believe it was actually Ian Kryptonation. He had shared with me, or actually no, it was somebody else. I think it was SJC Collectibles. Shared with me the partner logo thing, and I saw the Metakai logo on there, and I was like, "What is this?" So, yeah, I did not know that you were officially a partner. So that's pretty cool, though. So hopefully you can get that up and running and do that for a living, I guess, right?
I mean, that's the goal, but I'm gonna like treat it all separately so they can all go their own positive directions, and then hopefully if one takes off way more than the other, then I can full send into it. That's the goal, at least.
I mean, yeah, it's a good way to start. It's a good way to start for sure.
Yeah, starting off for sure.
So, you played Yu-Gi-Oh too, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. In fact,
yes.
I would probably say let me show you how big a Yu-Gi-Oh fan I am. I don't mess around. I have a couple cabinets here of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but this is my best thing that I own.
Oh, geez, you got some good stuff right there.
It's just one blister. It's just one blister. I was trying to buy a box before the market went crazy.
Yeah.
And I pulled out the last second because I just had too many questions about it. And with Yu-Gi-Oh, unlike Pokemon, like a base unlimited, which I have. Oh, you can't see the cameras too, but I have a base unlimited right here. You can tell a lot easier the fakes from the reals, whereas Yu-Gi-Oh, man, it's like you're literally just rolling the dice. I mean, you could easily get trapped.
Oh yeah.
Lose a lot of money. So I backed out on buying a Legend of Blue Eyes box at the very last second. It wasn't first, I don't think. I think it was going to be in a limited box. I can't remember at the time because they were still fairly cheap actually before, the whole bang with the first edition Pokemon and stuff like that. But I did see that you liked Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. So did you ever do Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments or anything like that?
So I actually played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh at my local card shop. I literally that's probably why I am at least as competitive as I am today, is because when I was a kid, I was getting absolutely wrecked at the tournaments. I always say this in every of my interviews because I owe them so much credit. There was a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh national players and high-ranking players at my card shop in Grand Prairie, Texas, Cosmic Comics. A lot of them taught me simple things to pick up for competitive play that I just I naturally would pick up if you're just in that environment a lot. Obviously, it wasn't enough to play during the time. I didn't have the resources to pay for cards because I was a kid, and then my family didn't have that much money at the time. So it was rough. So as a kid playing there, they were just completely obliterating me. But as I grew older, I was like, I'm getting a lot better from the techniques that they showed me back then.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh is a pretty complicated. I think it's complicated myself. I tried back in 2003, 4, and it was I wasn't getting it. Just couldn't get it. I don't know. It was always hard to read the dang text. It's so small. But I'm honestly not a big card. I'm not a big card player. I'm not a big game person like that. I'm not even a big video game person. I love all of this for the art. I'm a big art person myself. So for me, it's always been about the art. I always love Yu-Gi-Oh, what they do and stuff. So I always
it's
thought that was
funny you
cool.
said that because I don't know whose interview it was. It's I think it was Easton, but it said that I think he's mentioned that Metazoo made them appreciate art more. And I'm saying the same thing because I'm looking off to the side of the camera right now because I'm looking at Lily's work right now. Like, look, dude, look at this. It's so sick. Her piece right here. I still need to frame it. I put it on the side. But yeah, Metazoo made me like an art collector temporarily, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Lily Metazoo is in the chat. Welcome, Lily.
She is so good. Everybody
I knew
needs to check
her
her out.
out. I was just gonna let it go. I was like,
Okay,
okay,
go ahead.
he took care of it. But yeah, I mean, you know, there was people before when I first contacted Mike about Metazoo last year. I was in a different area back then, and you know, when I had presented Metazoo to some people, a lot of people were super harsh on the art, and I'm like, you guys don't really. I mean, how can you guys call yourself Pokemon fans, especially like WotC era fans, and not love the art of what's going on right now in Metazoo? I mean, seriously. I go, first of all, I love watercolor. I love pencil. I mean, my favorite Pokemon person right now is Komiya. I mean, forget the full arts. Komiya can make a beautiful, regular, common card in Pokemon, and I love that more than almost anything else. You know, you got
awesome.
Cell in Pokemon, who's another big one. I love his artwork. I love the colored pencil techniques and things like that. And I think with Metazoo, you have a lot of people who are still kind of attacking the art. I'm like, you guys don't know anything about art then, because this is actually not bad. It's actually really good, and it's actually done a very specific way.
It's an acquired taste nowadays.
Yeah, you know, everybody wants like digital and everything else, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a big 5-band graphics guy from Pokemon either. You know, they have done some good things, but I just love the art that they put into with, again, Pokemon. And again, as someone who grew up in 99, you know, 98, 99, 2000, I was in Japan back in those days.
Oh, dude, what? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're probably having a great time over there.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a whole different world. I mean, it was crazy. In fact, my again, I have the actual, where's it at here? I have so much stuff behind me, bro. It's crazy.
It was probably more accepted over there because it's in the homeland, you know?
I have the original. I got this from the actual ANA plane.
Yeah.
Back in July. Yeah, I've gone to Japan quite a bit. I've been fortunate to head over there and spend time and stuff like that. So
that is on my list to go to.
But the art is just so amazing from that perspective. And I think the Metazoo art really is undervalued by a lot of people. So I do see people coming around, though, that I know for sure did not like it before. So it's definitely coming around and getting, you know, to more people's taste. So we had Ian was asking, what was the most surprising challenge with the Blitz? Do you have to make your major changes to your strategy or anything like that?
Ooh, yeah. So to update on everyone who doesn't know what Blitz is, so day one for the tournament, you had to place in top 32 to move from day one to day two. So getting from figuring out day one was a struggle by itself. And then the next day struggle was the Blitz format. For top 32, Blitz was basically, I believe it's a 6 Terra environment, pseudo Terra environments, where they change the environment on you and they throw in fourth wall items. They splash in all these cool things that'll make you either adapt to the environment or force you to play a different deck. So for me, the most surprising challenge was literally hoping your opponent doesn't do anything drastically different. It was like a part of playing Metazoo competitively, I guess card games competitively, is you're playing your cards in your the deck in the game, but you're also playing your opponent. A lot of people fail to realize that you're playing a physical person with a whole different mind, like a whole different brain behind them. So I was so scared playing every single match because I was like, oh my God, please don't, go 180 on me and play something crazy. But then after like round 2 to 3, I started realizing everybody was playing the same lightning deck or the same strength deck that they had, or their strongest version of what they've been playing. So I was, when I got to get rounds 3 and 5, I started going anti-lightning the whole way through. and because I saw that everybody was already playing it, so I was like, let me just go anti-lightning as much as I can.
I mean, I rewatched your video today actually. The one you went back on and explained what you were doing for the tournament from
Uh-huh.
like weeks ago. I actually went back and rewatched the whole thing. So it was interesting that you had different decks set up for each day, and could make maybe little changes to them or something. Which is that was something I would think you would do anyways, because whoever sees you in the first day, you don't want them knowing going into day two. Oh, I
Yeah.
already know what Kai's going to do. I'm going to set up for that. You
Oh
got to
yeah.
be able to, right, adapt to it.
It was brutal, man. Playing the opponent is a scary game.
Yeah, it's for when I was just listening to you talk about each card and breaking it down. Again, I think one of the biggest things with playing a game, I played sports. I was a professional in sports, so I understand the mind game aspect, and that is you got to know what the other people are kind of thinking and doing as part of it. You
Yeah.
got to have an idea, so you got to study a little bit ahead of time. So you already knew Easton was a top player. The funny thing is, who was actually like labeled the go-to person that was supposed to win it all? I don't believe it was either of you, was it? Wasn't it somebody else? I thought I heard
Well,
another name thrown around a lot.
well, to be honest, if I had to put my money on one person, it would have been Easton. Like
Oh,
me
okay.
before the tournament, before all that, I generally thought he was one of the best players, uh, just because of his performance and how he handles himself at tournaments. I thought if I had to bet on one person, it'd be Easton. Another individual, shoot, it's everyone is like very high caliber. There was a lot of people who snuck up on others because they don't show up at most tournaments, but this was their time to shine. You know,
Yeah.
this is the time to shine. So there was a lot of sneak up people that showed up that I got to meet. It was some cool new names, but as far as before the tournament, I would have bet my money on Easton, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, I had heard a couple other people's names being thrown out there as who they kind of, I guess, based on previous tournament winnings
Mhm.
or how they played, were kind of like thinking they might make it to the final. But my big question I wanted to ask is, how did you handle the fact that he just, I know Easton just got super lucky with this, but that what this has been talked about in Discord a bit. How much of an effect did Easton have with his birthday on the day of the finals, and having uh I forget which, the one card that where he can use it.
The first anniversary celebration.
First anniversary one, I think it was, where it
Yeah,
had to do with his birthday. How did that play into, like, did that have any real major effect, or do you think that effect was just so small and minimal people are making a big deal of it?
the second option. So if you know it's somebody's birthday and like they're making waves with their deck and they're like winning, um, there's an easy answer for that card. It's Void Spell and Dampen. If you see that it's their birthday, have that ready. That's not a problem. But for Easton, I think for the having that extra option of it doing extra damage, it is a good thing, yes. But I don't think it determined his finals. Like he deserved the finals without that card, if that makes sense. Because
Okay.
he played the card versus me, but it wasn't even like the bonus didn't even take place. You know what I mean? Like he did what he needed to do with the card, like it normally would have played. So for my personal match experience, it had no significant difference in terms of it being his birthday.
I think that's really a great thing to hear from you,
Mm.
because again, it's been a topic of conversation has been brought up,
Yeah,
since Calendar Cup several times. So I think being that you were against him and you did lose to him, it wasn't that had nothing to do with it. It was more
yeah.
just,
So I think if you watch the recap, I think all he did was like FAC one of my Hornets, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. Like
okay.
he could have put what's up?
No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
He could have put extra damage on me from that bonus, but he decided to destroy one of my beasties to protect his artifact. So, like, to me, it did nothing to enhance the game for my personal match with Easton.
Okay, so yeah, so at the end of the day, like I said, for anybody who may have been questioning it, you heard it here from the guy who actually faced them in the finals. It really didn't make that much of a difference. So I don't think you got to worry about it like that. I know I saw other people in chat talking about, always the biggest thing obviously is the fourth wall. That seems to hump the non-Metazoo people don't seem to get.
Oh yeah,
And
dude.
is it easier than is it actually easier than what people think it is? Like,
Dude.
you know, if you bring a little tiny cactus plant with you and put it on your desk or things like that, you know what I mean?
So I actually have my stuff with me right here still from the Caster Cup tournament. So honestly, it's one of the biggest humps that like pro TCG players can't get over for some reason. A lot of the older crowd for TCG, in terms of competitive play, they're stuck in the older ways of like, this is some outlandish stuff, I can't play it, so I'm not gonna play the game. And I was like, dude, if you want to win some serious cash, get over it. Like, you know, just bring a plant, have fun with it. You know, loosen up a little bit. You'll probably be a better player if you do.
Yeah, it's one of the big things I see a lot of people always ripping into is that aspect of it, and you know, not really understanding. I think they're making it way harder. I think most people do that with a lot of things that's new to them. They make it to be a lot worse than, you know, really what it probably is. So I know physically watching both day 1 and day 2 myself, you know, it answered a lot of questions for me just by watching again. And I know very little about the game, but being able to see what people were doing, and knowing what I see go on in between Discord and Instagram, it just it answered a lot of questions for me without even having to ask anybody really.
Yeah.
So Nojo is asking, in your opinion, what is the most powerful card in Metazoo when you play?
Ooh. Most powerful card in Metazoo? I mean, I'm assuming as of now, before UFO.
UFO.
So I have 2 cards in mind. So I'll say my for sure answer, and I'll give the bonus one just in case it's not good enough. So the first one I want to say is New Year's New Beginnings. So what that card does is you discard your entire hand and you draw a new 7. Whether you're ahead or behind this card, it will change the game for the most part, because in terms of variance and how many cards you actually have in your deck, so like most of us run 40 to 42. I run 42. So most of us run around that range. So 7 cards is almost like, you know, it's not a full 10 fourth of your deck, but it's very close to it. So like when you're doing these huge swaps, you can have a whole deck change, and you can literally change the game and the pace. So that's my number 1 card. That's like extremely powerful. I love it. And like, don't get me wrong, don't ban it, please, or don't get rid of it. But that card is awesome. The second card that I think is very powerful that Easton showed me during the finals was Cryptonation, the promo from the spellbooks. Mike has said it, and I think in your interview maybe it was, he said that the most powerful cards will be from the Cryptonation set. He said like nothing will surpass its power level, so, or something like that along the lines. Maybe he didn't say that, but anyways, Cryptonation promo can get out any of those cards from the Cryptonation set line, so I think that's a really good, powerful card too.
Okay. So yeah, I remember him talking about Cryptonation and said the promo. I can understand why a lot of people just get upset about not being able to get their hands on some of the promos. Seems the promos are really geared not only for me as a collector, but also as a player, which is weird because, you know, it's the opposite of Pokemon. Promos usually mean nothing or very little.
Yeah.
But in Metazoo, it's like promos really hit hard and can do really good specific things. So that makes a big difference for it. And that's why I think you see a lot of people kind of like, they can't get one. So let me ask another question. I have one for you. Landon is asking. Landon is our meme king over in Discord.
Okay.
He's co-meme king. Him and Streamy Weenie. Anything you are specifically hoping for in UFO set in terms of meta changing cards?
Yes. So I had this discussion with Jeff from Purple Elf. So I want UFO to literally capitalize on placement on the field. Because in Metazoo placement, moving your cards around and moving them in certain areas on the opponent's side of the field and placing it on my side of the field, their side, it's literally one of my favorite attributes of the game. So I want UFO to capitalize on that and like break the meta in terms of how people play. Because people, they'll play, Yu-Gi-Oh! You had to play on one side, the opponent had to play on their side, and that was it. In Metazoo, I want people to capitalize on taking advantage of your side and the opponent's side. So that's what I want Metazoo or UFO to do.
I thought that was so weird when I saw like people reaching across to the other side because I'd never seen an actual game take place before.
Oh.
I've seen people talk about cards, about
Yeah.
their strengths and weaknesses, so I could learn that aspect.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a real game. So when I was watching it, I was like, "Yo, what are they doing, man? Are you allowed to do that? Like, are you allowed to put your like is that cheating? What's happening here?" Like, I thought it was the weirdest thing from someone who didn't understand to see that happen. So that is definitely, I think, a unique aspect to the game for sure. Plus, we don't even know really. We really don't know any cards yet for UFO other than the spoiler they get let out.
Yeah, they gave us like 6-7 cards, and the game's already busted.
Yeah, I mean that last one they did the like Prism Aura on steroids looking thing, you know.
Oh, the totality neutrality card.
I mean, there's some big. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see UFO.
Oh, dude, I'm excited as yeah.
Before I go to the next question, real quick. So, how much money do you think you invested into your decks in total for Caster Cup? Because I know, like just recently you were looking for some cards.
Yeah.
And I helped put the word out there that you were looking for the Prism Auras.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And I was like, you were willing to give away some of the stuff you saw. I was like, wow, man, that's a lot of stuff he's willing to drop for those cards.
Yeah.
And so it made me think, like, how much did you invest in your total decks for Caster's Cup?
Okay, that's a pretty good question. Because as a player, we see a different value in the game than collector side. So like when I was doing all those trades, I was literally targeting all the player cards. So in my personal deck, it probably took around. Shoot, I'm doing the math real quick. I want to say roughly $300 to $400, but that's a guesstimate. I think it could have been a lot better with the prices down and stuff. But the cost was in those cards I was looking for, the Prism Auras and then the first anniversary celebrations, and then everything else was like second edition Kryptonation, like pretty cheap, pretty low to the ground. So during the high of Metazoo and competitive play, it probably would have been $300 or $400, but nowadays you probably get all that stuff for $200 or so.
That's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, versus like Yu-Gi-Oh, that stuff is nuts.
I was thinking like in the thousands.
No.
I was thinking it was going to be way up there for that. Because I know like the Prism Auras alone at one point, I know they've dropped down now, but the Prism Auras at one point were like a couple $100, and they went to like $100. The eBay Prism Aura, I just hit like $300 or something, or $400 for the Prism Aura. Yeah, which by the way, I gave that card away before you asked. I gave it to one of the Asian guys that's in here, so.
Hey, as long as we were represented over here, so I don't mind that.
It was a gift that I was very happy to give to him, and but again, it was right before you had asked who had Prism Auras.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought they were still up there in price a bit, so I thought your deck would be a lot more costly. But that's actually not bad, really, thinking that you had such a competitive. Now, to add on to that question, I guess would be, so you were mainly a Lightning person, but do you play other decks, or is it just like when you go to these tournaments, you're a Lightning person and your whole conceptual thoughts are surrounded by Lightning cards only, or do you go water? Grass, forest, whatever.
Yeah, that's a good question, because before Caster Cup, we had 3 weeks of training. Well, like me and my buddy Kurt from up here in Texas, we literally practiced for 3 weeks straight, and we were actually testing water. We were going to run water at the Caster Cup, And then I was like picking up all these red flags telling me, dude, I was like, water is not going to be what do you think it's going to be? I was like, I'm getting all these red flags of people saying like, watch out, like water, I'm coming for you, like watch your backwater. And I was like, oh God. I was like, I told him as soon as I heard that, as soon as I kept hearing these red flags, I was like, bro, we got to switch today. It was like the last week leading up to Caster Cup, we switched to Lightning, and we were play testing back and forth, and we were playing the water version that could beat Lightning. So I crafted my Lightning to be a version that could beat that water, if that makes sense. So if I could beat that water, I could beat the other opponents, most likely. We were testing against other decks, but the water was like the strongest one we had to fight against. So basically, that's how we came around the Lightning pathway.
It sounds like you put a lot of actual, like, real hard work into this.
Oh, yeah.
This is just like, I just play the game and I'm just gonna go to this Casters Cup. Like, you literally dialed in for almost a month ahead of time on what to be done.
This is literally, it's a grind. What's it called? I think I went 3 weeks straight, and then there was one weekend before Caster Cup. It was actually EDC Las Vegas. I actually went to EDC, and I was stressing over there because I was like, dude, I gotta practice. I'm missing a practice to it was a rave and stuff, and I was like, bruh, I gotta be practicing. So in my head, I was like playing like mental games of like how we would play water versus lightning and lightning versus lightning, etc. I was over there. I couldn't play like physically.
Epic, man.
What's that?
That's epic, man. I didn't know that you put that much work into it. I honestly did not know that. That's how much work you guys would put into something like that.
Oh, dude, I was playing every single day, and as soon as I got back from Vegas, I was dead tired. Like I was just exhausted to the max. I had to work the next day. I got home at like 6 p.m. or something, and I went to my card shop to go practice again. As soon as I got back, I was like, if I missed today's practice, I'm gonna regret it later. So that's the mindset I had.
That is dedication, big time, right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm learning new stuff. I mean, like I said, I didn't know really too many people who really do that type of thing, but really practice and take it to that level. But I mean, there's money involved, just like any other sport.
Yeah.
Any competitive aspect of life, you're going to put time into, learning how to do it. Just like if you're going to buy something, like a car or cards, for instance, usually you do a little homework, you start.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool to know that you actually put so much time into it. It makes your win, you can call it second. I mean, I believe in first, second, third. I believe in all that, but I call what you did still a win. I mean,
oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like in the acting world. I'm in the acting world, and what people don't understand is that getting an audition is not an easy thing to do. It's very difficult. So even though you don't book, or we call get the job, even though you don't get it a lot of the times, getting that audition is a win, and so you got to practice for every single time it happens. So I've always thought that was really cool, but it's great to hear that you put so much work into it, man. I really didn't know that you put that much work, man.
Oh, dude, I was tired. Like, I think Easton and Dom can attest to this because we were all so tired. For me personally, it took me literally weeks to recover, like the mental exhaustion and fortitude that was lost that day or that weekend. It took like a week or two to fully recover because I was still on the go, like go. I think 2 weeks after that was like North Carolina. I was so drained, but we finally recovered, and yeah, it was a ride.
Oh, you went to North Carolina then?
Yeah, I was, because we already booked it prior, and we were like, might as well go.
Wow. Yeah, we were originally gonna go with my friend Mav. He pulled out, and because, like I said, I was going with him, I just didn't go. Plus, I wouldn't have been able to go anyways. I had a previous thing that came up. So, but let me see. I got to get back to the chat. I've been ignoring the chat, and I'm sorry, chat, for that. I know I'm trying to get to people's questions and everything, but let's just go ahead and say hi we got some new people in here. We got Winnie3XD, if you're still here, because it's been a while. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't like to ignore chat. I know there's, different content creators, they handle things differently. I like to make sure that the community that's here, that shows up, is a part of what's going on here. So,
absolutely.
Joe Ulmer, what is happening, man? Welcome. Joe has been a big supporter of our channel here. Again, Winnie 3XD says Dylan Tran is the man. Come on.
Hey.
There we go. I'm for sure wanting to participate. Just have to have Dylan train me first, says Winnie. How would you compare Metazoo in terms of speed to other TCGs? Hang on 1 second before we answer that. We will get to that question. Seeing who else has popped in here. Pokemon, positive Pokemon players is in the house. PPP, what is up, Playboy? Caster's Corner, MJ, what is happening, my guy? Another great epic Metazoo person here. And it looks like we got all cut up in terms of saying hi to everybody. Again, I get caught up. You could probably tell already, Dylan. I'm a bit of a talker, and
That's good.
I keep the rhythm going here, and it's just it's just something that happens.
I'm trying to work on that too on my side.
Yeah, it's that TV personality in me that brings it out. I guess I don't know. But getting back to one of the questions here was what was it?
Joe's question?
A certain hentai. Now, a certain hentai, he's commenting all the way from Spain, so it's pretty late. Got to be like 3 a.m. right now there. Metazoo stands out. Metazoo stands out. That's extremely good thing for a newer TCG. It has its. He's just saying. Okay, he's just saying. Pee Wee says, "Yeah, I don't understand the hate on the artwork." Again, this is all stuff that was talked about 20 minutes ago, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My bad, guys. My bad. Oh, here it is. How would you compare Metazoo in terms of speed to other TCGs? Would you consider the game fast or slow?
Well, firstly, I think why Metazoo appeals to me so much is because it feels like old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't mean like OG old school Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean like the phase that I was in. It was like slow but fast enough. I played during the synchro phase during Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D series. So that's what I literally like love that era of time. It was very fast, very competitive, but still reeled back to where you can still react to things. Like nowadays Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like cancel, negate. You can't play anything. But back then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is how I feel it is. What's that?
Reprint.
Yeah, Pokemon. In terms of comparing it to like Pokemon and Digimon are the only other ones I've played, at least like tried out. I think, oh man, I don't know. I want to say I feel like Metazoo is a little faster. I don't know. Maybe just because I enjoy it so much, I think it's fast. I play a little faster. I at least try to play it faster. I get caught up in my slow plays a lot, so I try to work on being fast. So I want to say it's a good slow to medium in terms of like the spectrum. There's like very fast and then there's slow. I think it's like right here, slow to medium range. I think that's where it's at.
I would think that it'd be more of like a on your part to play fast. That'd be like a choice you could make, especially if you know the person in front of you you can tell right away, like you can read them, just like in poker, right? You can read that they're just going to take forever. They can't make a decision. Maybe they're contemplating, they're second guessing, but you know what you want to do. And so that's just a technical aspect that you can, take on and bring down your competitor faster. So I could see it working like that for sure. Joker says, he's just commenting, I guess, which will enable people to play at their own pace in personal situations. Okay.
Did we get to Joe's question back then?
Joe, I think Joe had said, what's
above the Spain friend?
What is your prediction? Is what it was? That was he was asking?
Yeah, I don't think did we answer that?
Yeah, I think we had already gotten that one.
My bad.
Yeah, no, actually, maybe we didn't. So, Dylan, what is your prediction on the amount of casters in the next cup? How much more time are you taking then to prepare, or before to prepare? test and study decks.
Oh, so maybe we did kind of answer it, but for this year?
Yeah, because I mean, you got a whole year yet, right?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
So I think to answer the first part of that question, I think we were at 320 this year. I thought it was going to hit 500 marker, to be honest. So I'm predicting this next year for 500,000. I want to say we're going to reach the 700 to 1,000 caster count. 700 to 1,000 players, and I think that's what we're going to get.
I think with the announced 1.25 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, they're probably going to have to put. I mean, do you think? Let's skip everything else. Do you think Mike's going to put a limit on how many can enter? That's what I would say.
If I was Mike, I don't know, man. That's a hard question because if there's a limit, that means there's a hype value to it. It's like you got to get in, you got to compete, you got to fight. Yeah. But if there's no limit, it's like everyone can play, so the numbers are great and like can be sustained. And like if you won a great fight. So I don't know, man. It could go either way.
Yeah, because with the regionals, you can't really. You can't take the longer route of like a playoff system where like you're competing to get into the end one, right?
Yeah.
So if you just were to open doors straight up like that on a $1.25 million tournament,
yeah,
that seems like you'd get. I would imagine over 1,000 people will probably be trying to get in on it. I mean,
I thought that for 100,000.
Yeah, I mean for 100,000, like I said, you're gonna get. I mean, you could probably get up to 5,000 to 10,000 people that play in all these TCGs from the novice to the pro. 1.25 million? That is insane. That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, we just got to make sure we grow the game properly because if we want those numbers, we got to grow the game.
Yeah, and so I think easily, because we easily saw there were people who really hadn't played the game yet from other TCGs. We all know the one that got in trouble while he was there. Apparently, whether you agree with it or not, we had people from other TCGs coming in trying to knock the game. You're gonna see that on a $1.25 million purse.
Yeah,
100%. And that's why I'm saying you can almost just, without a regional system set up, you can easily just go, listen, we're just gonna cap this. There's just no way we can handle 5,000 people or 10,000 people.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a business person. I'm not. I don't know their financial dealings behind how much this would cost to put on.
Yeah.
Where does the money come from? So how you would even facilitate such a thing? But based on what we saw happen for this first one, again, I think the biggest thing, and I've said this in several lives that I do, and I think I said it with Mike as well. The one thing people have to remember is that we're officially not even 1 year old in the public's eye as a TCG.
I didn't even realize that.
It's like you would think Metazoo's been around for like at least a decade.
Isn't it coming up soon? Like the 1 year mark?
August 1st?
Dude, that's nuts.
I thought it was July 1st, but it's August 1st.
That's nuts.
Yeah. He corrected me on it. I was like, "Are you sure?" I said, "Are you sure, Mike?"
And you told Mike, "Are you sure your game's not your?"
Yeah, it's what it was. It's because it's when he sent me the product last year. Is what it was. So it was just that we had gotten the product early to review and stuff, and that's what it was. That's why I was thinking that. But yeah. So I think people tend to. It's so easy to forget that it's not even technically a year old. Now, if you want to talk about. It's old. It's actually, I think, 2.5 years old technically. But in the public's eye, being able to actually purchase product up front, they're not even a year old yet. So when you take that into consideration, this was 300 people and the money that was given. That's a pretty freaking big tournament, man.
You want to hear something funny too?
Yeah, what?
So you know how I won the second place, right? There were some people. No. There's some people who were saying that like Metazoo's a scam. They're not gonna pay you, and I was like, "Hey, yo, chill." I was like, "Just wait." They're like, "If they don't pay you, they're a fraud." And I was like, "Just give me a week."
Bro, the first question I was gonna ask you It's on my list here. The very first question was, did you cast the check and did it bounce or did it go through? It was a joke.
Okay.
I saw people questioning a while back. It was going to be a total joke. It wasn't meant to be serious. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was like, when they asked me that, I was like, you know what? Just wait. I'll show you.
Yeah.
I thought it was just funny because like a lot of people doubt Metazoo, and I have like full faith in the game. I mean, obviously, you know, I still do. Even before and after, I will always have the same faith.
I mean, I took a clip out from my live last week, and I made a short video of it yesterday, and it was getting ratioed for a little bit there. I went into Discord and I was like, hey guys, can you guys go in and watch this video, kind of hit the like button, because right now it's looking bad. All I simply said was if you like Pokemon, you will like Metazoo. And again, I can say this from firsthand experience. I I try not to bring it up, but you know what? It was a part of my life for 8-9 months, and it's hard to avoid it. But I was on a podcast last year, and one of the things I wanted to do was talk to new TCGs, and the first one I reached out to was one that I had kind of been eyeing a little bit, and that was Metazoo.
Oh.
In fact, you saw my Instagram, one of my Instagram posts. I was thanking Metazoo because they have me considered one of their content creators. I was thanking them, and I put in that post a photo of the email of me, or the first time. It wasn't was it email? I think it was email. But the very first time that I had spoken with Mike to show that like it had gone back to back in March when I first contacted him about Metazoo, and at the time these people, they weren't too into Metazoo. A lot of people weren't really into it then.
Yeah.
But I just saw something about it, that nostalgic feeling that Pokemon gave. I felt it with Metazoo. It just was so similar in those feelings, right? And I can say that then those people did not exactly like it. One of the people I know did like it. There's a couple others that didn't like it. And today they like it, and it's one of those things where you're seeing more people who didn't like it turning over and starting to like it now.
Oh, dude, it's a learning curve because I personally hated the game at first.
Well, I'm just talking from an artwork perspective. I'm not even talking from a gamer's perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even talking from a player perspective. This was just solely from a looks perspective of looking at it and everything else, And again, it's it was not really taken upon very well, and except for myself and another person. And now it's take all those people now like it, and it's I'm not nagging on it. It's just, and I said it, you will like it. It'll grow on you.
It's a part of the process.
It is. It's a part of the process. People were calling out the the cheapness of the card. Yeah, it was when we felt it. When you first felt a first edition or a Kickstarter, you were kind of like, wow, man, this is But again, you got to think, man. We always want to compare everything to what we know, and what we know is 30 and 40 years old now, or 25 and 35 years old. Because you think about Magic was what, 1991 or 93. Pokemon was 1998, 99. Yu-Gi-Oh was 2002. Well, technically, I guess you could go a little further with Yu-Gi-Oh if you go Japanese, right?
Yeah.
But American was 2003, I think it was, or 2002. So we always want to compare Metazoo to like those. And it's like, you got to stop for a second and use some common sense here. They've been around a long time now. They're established. You're looking at a company that came up when in a bad time in the economy, in the world, and now you have all these other TCG trying to emulate it. It's just like, you got to just give it time, and you'll see. And now look, cardstock on Wilderness, so much nicer. eBay, look at the eBay.
Dude, those cards are nice. Those cards are nice.
Caster's Corner says, Khai is such a good dude.
Hey, thank you, sir.
I need players like him.
Wait, Caster's Corner, where are they located again?
His name is MJ. Or he goes by MJ.
Collectibles, right?
He's out of South Florida. And he was at Dallas. He was there to the end. Him and a couple other people, but they have their own Discord as well. They're called Caster's Corner.
I recognize the
And,
name for sure.
Yeah, you probably would, maybe recognize him. But he was in Dallas as well. Really, really cool dude, man. Really cool dude.
Hey, I'll come to Florida. Let's go.
And let's see. Again, I'm trying to play catch up here. I can't wait for UFO to drop and the towers to be fully announced.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about the towers?
Oh yeah, I think Towers. Mike said that they're announcing like officially what it is on the 22nd. So in 2 days. So I'm trying not to get my own expectations up because whatever I think, it doesn't matter what is going to happen in 2 days. So that I want what I think it's going to be, what I hope it's going to be. It's like people put out a good theory that it's going to be like Pokemon gyms where like you represent your aura type. And you like once you win it, you're like the towering champion, and someone has to beat you with your own aura, and then you can they take over, etc. I don't know how that's gonna work necessarily, but I'm trying not to keep I'm keeping open mind so I don't get my hopes up, or I want to be fully surprised and was more so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that you can kind of claim like your aura. Like I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna be.
I mean, this is what I think people got to remember is that they create the game. They know what's going on. We just, we're looking from the outside. There's so much we don't see.
True.
That people don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to Pee Wee's question in just a second.
Okay.
I can. Certain hentai says great format. Magic would be chess, and Yu-Gi-Oh is Call of Duty.
Whoa. Okay. Oh yeah.
Again, I don't play. I do remember Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh's completely changed, though. I mean, I've heard talk to people who say the old Yu-Gi-Oh that I would have known it's not even around anymore. Basically,
it's funny. It sounds like the older parents back in the kid days.
I was 20. Crap. How was I? I was 22, 23, or 23 actually when Pokemon came out in '98. Because I was 25 in 2000. So, yeah, I remember it was pretty wild back then.
Yeah.
Just to understand how that stuff all worked. Because I never did Magic. Never had any interest in Magic. Just was never my thing. Didn't like Dart on it. Didn't like anything about it. It just wasn't.
Same.
Wish I collected it though.
I heard there's some banger cards in there.
Yeah. Yep. I was all about sports cards, so it was, that's all that mattered to me. I'm the Caster Corner says I'm the oddball who never played Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I would say that. A lot of us haven't.
Well, you know what you can play? Metazoo.
Metazoo. Normally, Mike stops in and says hi and everything, but right now they're all in. I think they're all in San Diego right now.
Oh yeah, they're busy.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy busy right now. Khai, this is Pee Wee's question.
Okay.
What do you think of the trap cards that are currently in Metazoo? I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh quite a bit, and I really miss those. You've activated my Mirror Force moments. Can you see trap cards?
Oh, that's awesome. Because I'm gonna explain Mirror Force. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, Mirror Force was, I believe, so the opponent, they can attack you. You activate your trap, which is Mirror Force, and I believe it destroys all of their monsters that are in attack position, which is like a board wipe, which is pretty crazy sometimes. I'm pretty sure that's what it does. But anyways, that's a really cool card. I don't think we have that yet. We have cool cards, yes, like cool traps, yes, but I don't think we have like cool game-changing trap cards like Mirror Force, Torrential, not Torrential, what is it? Torrential Tribute, and Bottomless Trap Hold, stuff like that. All these cards were like removal cards for like their monsters and stuff. I don't think we have those like super cool like I need to have this trap Metazoo card in my Metazoo deck. I don't think we're there yet. But UFO can change the whole thing.
Would that be too powerful to have?
I don't think so. I think it's a part of the game that needs to be explored more, maybe. I think with the research and development team, I think they will probably tackle more of that in the feature sets. Because that's definitely, when you hear traps, you think of Yu-Gi-Oh first.
That's actually one of the questions that I actually wrote down
Mhm.
was what do you think or what do you see that needs to change in Metazoo for the good and the bad? So in other words, like I know we already put cards on the reserve list that
Yeah.
they just too powerful to mess with. But what do you think would needs to change, whether it's good or bad or both? Like they need to get rid of this one or they need to bring this in, such as a trap card, for instance. Like
Okay, so
that.
for gameplay stuff?
Yeah, for gameplay. Yeah.
Okay. Shoot. I think we need more responsive cards, but not enough where it controls the game. So like we're in Nightfall and Wilderness, you start to see it more when you have cards that you can play from your hand. If there's cards that you can, we need just a few more, just a little bit more to splash in everyone's deck that adds that like responsiveness. Like, oh, you played this thing, but wait, I still got this card from my hand. You can play this, but not where it's too much, where your whole hand is all of that, and you just play your whole hand, and you're going back and forth playing your whole hand. That's no fun to me. I think if you add like one or two more of those and remove some of the older ones in a fashion that's similar, I think it'd be a pretty cool thing, and like a really fun game that you can really interact with your opponent more.
Okay. Okay. So, what, like before the tournament, everybody was like flipping out, trying to grab the Loveland Frogman card, right? Or
Yeah,
the mailman card.
yeah,
So was that like a card that was possibly going to wreck everything? Is that why everyone was doing it? Because the price, I wanted to get that card, and it
yeah.
suddenly went out of my price range.
Yeah, so like, because when you were asking me about the how much my deck costs, when I was playing the water, like that was a whole nother story. That probably would have been like a $600 to $900 deck right there. If I played water, I mean I've already had the cards from prior to Caster Cup, so I was okay. But that card would have been very expensive. So Loveland Mailman is really good when you're playing water versus water because it has this effect indicator called confusion. So basically, when you hit the opponent, it'll make them like pretty much attack and destroy themselves. So that's why it was so strong and for water decks. But when you're playing lightning, that thing does nothing.
Ah, okay.
So that's why if you saw the price from before Caster Cup being like $300 to now it's like 150, 140 sometimes dipping
Well,
down.
it's dropped big time now.
Yeah, it's still an amazing card, yes, but it's in the current format, it is not what it needs to be.
Yeah, it's one that I want to add to my collection as a collector. Like, and I'm waiting for it to drop more since it seems like people kind of like got off of it now. That
Yeah,
it didn't pull through. My whole thing was like, please don't let this thing like get to the final because I'll never buy it. I'll never be able to get the card.
yeah.
It's
If
just
it won, it probably would have skyrocketed.
it makes me wonder about like the stash loot card now because obviously I think one of the big moments of that'll always be remembered, like it's one of the moments for me was I couldn't stay to the very end of Casters Cup. I had to leave because I was with somebody,
Yeah,
so I couldn't finish filming, which I was trying to do. Um, but one of the most iconic moments I saw was on Twitch when I was watching that very end was when right before you guys shook hands. Um, it was you had the stash loot, the Phantom card. You had the Phantom card. I had to look because I actually have it. I have it right here.
yeah, yeah.
I usually don't get things signed, but I happened to get this one signed because I just was standing there, and Captain Asia kind of forced me to get some stuff signed. So yeah, so I got this one signed. But
Yeah,
to me, that was like kind of an iconic moment because I actually didn't understand. To me, it looked like you were in a top position to kind of like win there with what you had going on. But again, I completely didn't understand a lot of things that were happening. So I was a little surprised when they say he won. Was that because the time ran out, or you just ran out of points? You didn't have enough anymore.
was this not? This wasn't the finals, right?
This was the final. This was the very end. This was the last match. This was for everything.
Oh, so yeah, so we went to game 3 and they called time, and so when they called time, you have the current person who the play is on. their turn 0, then the opponent is turn 1, and then back to the person, turn 2, and then back to the person, turn 3. I didn't have enough life points to catch back up. I think if we played it out without time, I probably would have caught up a little bit, but I think he still would have taken it because I was like way behind. I don't know if you. I was playing a huge game of catch up at the end. So if anything, that car saved me for a little bit, but it didn't change the game too much in my opinion. But it was still an amazing card. It saved me a lot during the tournament.
And I think one of the really cool things too was learning about your story that I don't think people probably know was how you actually came about getting that card, which was because I watched your videos. Like I said, I went through. I'm someone who believes in preparing, so that way I know what's going on.
Yeah,
a little bit, So I was watching your video and I thought it was pretty cool. So why don't you tell people though who haven't seen your video, which by the way, guys, he has a YouTube channel. I put the links to all of Khai's stuff down in the description below. So you can definitely check his store out. You can check out his Instagram. You can check his YouTube out. And you have a whatnot too, right?
Yeah, but I barely use it.
Okay. I didn't put it on there, but I did see you did have a whatnot. Because I was gonna ask you another question later on that had to do with that. So how did you come about with getting those cards at the last second that were not in your deck beforehand?
So technically, the card was in my deck. So in Wilderness, it was a common card, but when they came out with the promos, it was the first time. It was like its first debut, right? And I was like, I talked because the rules were the Metazoo staff were extremely strict about you not sharing cards with teammates or non-players that are not playing in the tournament, or like you cannot share cards at all during the whole tournament. Like what you have in your backpack or little bag, that's all you got. So I was like a last minute decision. Before me and Easton played officially, I went up to Kevin and I think I asked Mike or somebody. I asked one of the staff, and I was like, "Can we switch out this card? It's functionally the same exact card. I just wanted to flex a little bit for the stream and enjoy this this moment." So my previous team after the zoo, they ran out to me and they gave me the 2 cards. It was Dylan, Snacks Breaks, Martin, and Noe. They ran out and gave me two copies of it, the full blinged out version. And I was like, okay, get the common one out of here. Throw this one in. I was like, we're gonna have some fun on the stream just a little bit. So functionally same card. It was an amazing experience.
It is because it's like a super blinged out card.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, for those that maybe haven't seen it, I mean, you can't tell in this. Oh, there we go, right there. But this thing is just so blinged out.
Yeah,
I love this card. This has actually become one of my favorite cards, just because again, I love the art on it. First of all, it's simple. There's nothing too great. That hollow just pops.
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful card, and now I have a memory attached to it. So I'm like, I got to get more of these bad boys.
I try to get more from them because unfortunately, with me filming everything, I missed out on so much. I missed out.
Yeah, I can bet.
I was so ticked, man. Because the one thing I wanted was some packs to take home with me.
Yeah.
I did get a couple eggs to bring home that I was able to give away here on the channel. In fact, I gave away my only signed egg, so I don't have one of those. I gave it out to the people here in the channel. But I wanted to bring stuff back, and I actually missed getting that. Luckily, Stash, if you guys don't know, he's the super big dude that was there. Fortunately they were able to get me one, so I was really happy. But I was only able to get one.
These Stash Loot, they're family, man. They're so good.
Yeah, those guys, they were all pretty cool, man. All pretty cool. Hey, New York peeps. I'm not originally from New York, but we moved from New York, so I always get out to the New York people out there, and the Stash Loot crew is really epic, man. Really a bunch of people out there. Pee-wee's said, thanks for your thoughts on the trap aspects. I want to make sure I get to that. I'm going to read off a few. I'm going to rattle some comments. Steve's Collectibles, if you're still in here, I apologize. We're just getting to you. Welcome to the channel. If you're still here, again, I know I don't like to leave any names out. I like to try and keep up with the conversation. But everybody's here to hear from Khai, even though I do tend to sometimes dominate with my nonstop talking.
Bro, it's okay.
Certain Hentai's got a lot of questions, man. He's got a lot of questions.
Good. That's good.
Caster's Corner says, I think Metazoo is only starting. Yep.
Yep.
Joker says, true. It's just beginning. A hentai says, a card advantage, something you would consider. Okay. Is card advantage something you would consider important in Metazoo? Or do you feel that the format is slow enough that you can just grind out the games?
Oh, card advantage is definitely important in Metazoo. So card advantage basically means like count the cards on the field on your side and the opponent's side. Like say I have 10 cards on my side and they have 7, I have the card advantage. That's definitely a plus for you. Of course, Metazoo has a lot of things that can sway the game and turn it around like pretty quickly, like growth, New Year's beginnings, FAC, Power Up Red. They have a lot of those things that could turn the game around, but still, I still stand firm that card advantage is very important in this game.
One thing, if you listen, if anybody has not seen my interview with Mike, and again, I do apologize for the quality on that. He really wanted to use a specific streaming thing, and my OBS just did not want to cooperate with it. So it's not a visually great interview with Mike, but audible wise, it's fine. Again, we did have another issue with his audio, but it's fine to listen to. So in that interview, I think what people don't understand about Mike is this: the guy is off the chain intelligent. Went to Ivy League school at Columbia. He's a data analysis type person. Worked in Wall Street. I'm pretty certain that when he designed this game, he already knew how to look for all the little nook and cranny of things that could alter and all that. He I think you could see that. And
Pokemon's here.
Exactly, right? Because you're hearing it more and more from the player base. Like, this game's way more complicated than I thought.
Yes.
And the Magic people actually talk about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, Caster Corner. Caster says he's spoken to you on Instagram before, so maybe that's why you know him.
Yeah, I definitely recognize the name. I'm going to look it up after this because I want to make sure.
Scott is in the house. Scott in Cyndaquil. He is one of your competitors in the LGS world. He has sponsored this video. He has sponsored me once here on the channel. A really epic sponsorship, actually.
LGS love.
He's got his own playmats. Let me throw those out real quick in case anyone doesn't know. But this is the playmat that he came out with.
Oh yeah, I've seen this lots of times. Awesome playmat.
Yeah. So this is the playmat he got, and this thing is actually, this ain't like the Pokemon ones. It's stitched, real rubber back.
That is the way.
That is
the way.
It feels so smooth. Yeah. So, alternate art playmats. You're a beast of a partner store. He said you're a beast of a partner store. So he's shouting you out.
Hey, thank you.
Shouting you out.
Yeah, he's mentioning the playmat I did with moldy potions for my bundles.
Yeah,
they go hard. I'm excited for them, dude.
I was looking at it. I love art, so for me, I like it. I collect playmats just for the, like I said, I'm more of a product opening type channel and making funny skit videos. I don't know if you ever saw what I'm kind of becoming known for now is the fact that I go live on all the Metazoo drops, and there's been a few funny ones, and one of the things with me has been the refreshing aspect of it.
Yeah.
So I missed out on several drops in a row, and I'm like sitting here with everybody going, "Come on, go!" I missed them. They sold out so fast, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing a funny skit video called Refresh, and it's just it's one of those things where I include my knowledge and skills in like the film industry. I just kind of integrated it into making a funny skit for it. But my channel's mostly based on like product openings and talking like what's going on in the Metazoo world and stuff.
Yeah.
I know investment. I really know it pretty well, but I don't really bring it to my channel. There's enough people who do it.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's
the news. I let Pee-wees and I let Ian run news stuff. I don't worry about tapping in on that. They do a great Crypto Nation news. They do a great job of letting people know what's happening here in the community. But basically, that's kind of where I come into play, and now I'm adding into this aspect, which I used to do it before, but I just didn't get into it very much. But now it seems like people really want me to start talking to more people. And so we're going to add that aspect into my channel. And that's basically just getting out the word and stuff. So I appreciate you coming on, Dylan, and hanging with us and giving us your knowledge and experience about this stuff. Because again, I'm learning at the same time, it's fun to learn. So
dude, I'll tell everybody, like, this game has opened a lot of doors for me outside of just playing the game. So I owe a lot to this game, believe it or not. You guys can, I'll tell my testimony as much as I can, but if anyone ever wants to know about Metazoo, I will tell them about Metazoo. I think the game has done great things for me, so I'm going to keep pushing it for what I can do on my side of town.
And you're another guy who came from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dominic Peralta, could you play trap cards face up in Yu-Gi-Oh?
No.
So yeah, there's your answer.
Hey Dominic, we played him. I played him in the top 32. So shout out to him.
Oh, okay. But so maybe he was asking that question on purpose then.
No, he's a cool guy. Hey, King Metazoo is in the chat.
Oh, King Metazoo is in the chat.
What's poppin'?
I'm so far behind on chat right now. Hey, what is going on, Gary? Welcome. I will be talking with Gary in Roswell. Maybe we all three of us we can get in on that action.
Hey, slide me in. I want to talk with the boys.
Yeah, I'll be again. I will be streaming. Hopefully, way better than what it looks right now. I can't help it. I got to figure this out, how to have guests on here.
You got a stream family going on.
Yeah, right.
SJC, I know you guys.
I have all this expensive equipment right now filming, and it looks like this. You have no idea how this bugs me right now, how bad it looks on stream. So driving me nuts. Pokemenace has got a question too. Hey, what is up, Shinobi TCG? What is going on, Shinobi?
Hey.
Mr. Slicks is back. He was here earlier when I had that dumpster fire going on. I had to switch over to this one. He says he's going to join your channel, man. Again, you can find Khai's links in the description below, everybody. If you guys want to help support Khai, again, he does have a YouTube channel. He doesn't do nothing on it. You gotta get him making more content.
I'm trying. I made a little meme video just like yesterday. That was about it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I do. I kind of make some meme videos once in a while. That's what my refresh skit video is, a meme video.
I'm trying to one-man army everything. I'm like, I got to get my content up. My content game got to get stronger.
It's not an easy thing to do. I find myself, I call myself a content creator, yet I find myself watching more content than I do creating it. So I got to fix that problem. Pokemena says, Khai, would you recommend theme decks for beginners or the contents of a spell book for beginners? I know some kids looking to play and they just don't know what to do, what to buy. Okay,
that's a really good question for people starting off. Do not get a spell book if you anticipate on teaching the player, teaching the game. Do not get a spell book. Spell book is for opening and like after you've learned the game, in my opinion. It is like the steps of like product buying. Basically, what I would recommend is the theme deck, the spell book, and then a booster box. But so start off with the theme deck. The one I recommend is the Nightfall Manta Ray theme deck. That one is literally the one I recommend because it teaches you every concept that you need to learn. And it also has a competitive edge to it. So, like, it's a really good deck. So once you learn it and learn the game, you can splash in, like, maybe 5 cards, and you're ready to compete in a tournament, which I think is a huge difference from the other theme decks. Because people will say, oh, I want to be tournament ready. You know, take your time, learn the game at least, and then when you're ready, slap some cards into that Manta Ray deck, and you're good to go.
All right, so there you go. If you're new to Metazoo, stick with the theme decks.
Yeah, that's the perfect way because it's already built for you. It's semi-competitive, don't stray too far from the structure. They're called structure theme decks, so they've been built to be balanced.
Okay, nice. Let's see here. Got Black Ink is in the house. What's up, Black Ink, man?
The very good
Fire.
artist.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Slick says that was a cool playmat. So Scott, you can get those playmats at SJC Collectibles for $25. And again, you guys have playmats as well. Are they listed on your website?
So my playmats, they're going to be exclusively for bundles and giveaways because I wanted it to be extremely, basically a really nice piece of the UFO product that my customers get, and it's literally exclusive to me and Multi Potions. So we will not be selling it on the aftermarket. If I have extra, it's going to be given away. I will not be selling them because I think that people who support our stores respectively deserve the exclusiveness.
Okay, nice. So if you want to get a his playmat, it's part of the package deal for your pre-ordering of UFO then.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I think a lot of the partner stores, what you kind of had to do was, because you guys are basically all exactly at the starting point.
Oh, yeah.
You figure out all these little tiny things to make it more enticing for someone to come to you, because ultimately, I understand what Metazoo's doing.
Yeah.
But from a business standpoint, you are competing as a business against other businesses. And the idea is you want to stay in business and you want to make money while doing it. So you've got to figure out a little something to make it more enticing,
Exactly.
Right?
That's why I added I don't know if you checked out my bundles, but I try to make them really worth it. One of them benefits people who are out of state, and then one of them benefits my local Texan community because that's where we're most active with them. So that's why it was really tough competing with all these other stores that were already established and had their customers. And I'm the new guy on the block. I'm like, dang, this is hard.
Yeah. I think here in the beginning stages, it's going to be a little difficult for some people to navigate for sure. But I think, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in, in the market, in that the market, what happens in the market happens. I mean, it's just the way it goes. So, but as long as if you can be as competitive as you can, then at the end of the day, you can survive it and hopefully get it out. Hopefully, because we haven't really heard print run, right? UFO, we haven't heard it officially.
I think they said 100,000 because they said this was earlier in the pre-wilderness. They said from here on out it'll always be 100,000 K print.
That is what they said. Yeah, that is what they said.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I'm wondering now that they've seen what's going on with in terms of
Metaman. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, is Metaman in here now?
Yeah, I just want to say, he's the homie.
So hold on real quick. Let me side note while he's here real quick. Metaman. I don't know if you saw my post, but I went live this past Sunday, and one of my things was I opened up CN2 because I haven't pulled a Mothman ever, and it drove me nuts. So I've been cracking CN2 like crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I could crack CN1, but I've been cracking CN2 like crazy. And I finally, this Sunday, did it. Well, I opened one booster box, but I also opened a whole bunch of the release event decks. In fact, I got 10 event release decks. Now, I watched Metaman's video last week where he opened 20 event release decks looking for Gassy. He didn't get a single Gassy.
Wait, seriously? Oh, no. Yeah, Gassy's a really good card, so yeah.
Exactly, right? It's also an epic-looking card, too, man.
Yes.
I'm a dragon guy, so I love the card, right? Oh, you did see it. Okay. So I pulled four, and there's only 3 here, but I took one out to sleeve it. But I pulled 4 Gassy. I still didn't even open all of it. I only opened 7 release event decks, and I pulled 4.
You got the good club. You got the good club.
Oh, you did get one? I didn't think you. I didn't. Oh wait, you did get one. You're right. You did get one. But I was like, wow, that was insane.
Dang.
He opened 20, but I got 4. So what happened was I told Caster's Corner after I pulled my first one, I was like, "Hey man, if I pull a second one, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna give it to you," because he had made a comment in the comments,
Mhm.
and I give away a lot of stuff on the channel. A lot of the stuff I get has been through sponsorships. I have traded some things away. Like this Sunday, I traded my only Battles of Legends Armageddon booster box. I sold it in order to pay for Sunday's stream. So I was pretty upset by that because I love that set. That's one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh sets. Battles of Legend Armageddon. It's got the 10,000 dragon in it. Also has Utopia in it. But I needed to get some products, so I was like, I'm gonna have to sell it. So I sold my only booster box left, and I cracked those open. But I was pretty crazy though that I pulled 4 of these because all I could think about the whole time was Metaman and his poor luck. Man, that was terrible to watch. Knowing that the top card to get was gassy, but he did get a lot of the Wailers though, so I guess that.
Okay, yeah, Wahila's like literally. I was like, please at least give him the Wahilas.
Yeah, he pulled a ton of those. But Matthew Johnson is here. What is going on, Matthew? They said, yeah. Again, back to the whole thing now. So I know they mentioned it in the past, but with so many people having so much CN2 still and Wilderness still, I'm just wondering if they maybe have made some altering. It's all for sale, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just chilling on it because I'm waiting for to get used to UFO and see how that works out, just to see how much I can scale to. But yeah, I picked up a lot of that stuff because people are dumping, and I'm like, give me that, give me that stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to do the same thing. I'm actually trying to sell right now. I'm trying to sell a Hidden Fates, a pin collection case.
Ooh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell that so that I can get myself a CN1 box and a couple of Nightfall boxes that I want to just keep and set on the side because I don't have a CN1 box anymore. Again, when we got a lot of the product from Mike last year, a lot of it we gave away. We opened up one, and then I no longer have a CN1 anymore. So that's an empty CN1. So that's the only thing I'm missing from my personal collection is to get a CN1 box, and then I'll have all of the, the sets so far.
Yeah.
But it's like you open all this up and it's so hard to pull. But I had a difficult time pulling them off, man. But it's funny. I got one from the box, and then I got one from the release event.
Bro, you got to open the spell books. I've been hitting them left and right.
Really? Yeah. I have not been opening spell books.
The spell books are so good. I don't know why they're so cracked, but they're like really good.
Well, I'm going live this Sunday again, and I secured some more because now I want to finish the set. So I'm like, I want to say I'm around 16 cards. I actually have it on my phone, but I'm thinking around 16. So I'm around like 8 full hollow, and I think around 8 reverse hollows left. So actually, I've got myself some more CNN, and I went ahead and got a couple booster boxes.
Yeah.
What I really wanted from the guy who helps me, who helps me get my stuff, I wanted to open like 50 blisters.
Jesus.
Like, I don't have it, though.
Hey, Pokemon has brought up a really good point. He says more product the better. It needs to last more than a year. 100,000 seems like a lot now, but as the fan base grows, it will disappear quicker than you think. That's facts because we think that 100,000 is very low, but this is a short-term problem. Once we reach the long-term, once we reach the end game, like everyone's gonna be wanting Wilderness, CN2, Nightfall.
Well, the big thing is too is it total SKUs or is it just booster boxes? What is it exactly that we're gonna see a lot of?
I think it's SKUs, but I could be wrong.
I think it's SKUs. Now, if it's SKUs, that's great. Here's the thing: you can still get Pokemon up until 2019. You can still get base boxes, Fossil. You get first edition Fossil, Jungle Unlimited, Jungle First Edition. It was still out there like a candy store.
Was it cheaper?
Say again?
Was it cheaper before the hype? Like, I mean, obviously it was, but like how much? I don't know the difference.
So fossil first editions and
Yeah.
jungles under 1,000, you could get
Bro,
base unlimited
no
for
way,
1,000 to 2,000.
bruh.
Yeah, this was 29 early 2019. You could grab all that. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Dude,
So
that's
like I said,
nuts.
I got mine. No, I paid more for mine. I paid a lot more for mine, but because I got mine as they were starting to rise.
Yeah,
But you have to remember, Pokemon was in a lull uh, after Evolutions came out. So 2017 through early 2019, before Hidden Fates happened,
yeah,
Pokemon was in one of the lowest times it had ever been in. Actually,
yeah.
I mean, you're talking they couldn't give. That's where the famous Rudy video comes from regarding Roaring Skies, all that. Where he just threw it
Oh,
in in
the
his
bathroom.
bathroom. So my thing is with Metazoo is I'm just so worried right now with again where the print run is at, um, and I think that's kind of where I think about things sometimes. Oh, go ahead, talk. What's happening?
Oh no, I'm like answering Caster's Corner while you're talking. So he asked me how many PFPs did I mint. So I actually minted 4 for my buddies. I didn't want them, so I was like, might as well just my buddies wanted them, let's help them out. And then I got the free one for myself, so I was like, as long as I get my free one, I'm cool.
Yeah, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't get anything. I am not actually, and it's pretty well known in the community, including Mike.
Mm.
I'm not into the NFT PFT thing. However, now that there's kind of like a hard asset to it, I kind of want to get involved. But it's just, again, it's one of the things where you got to kind of pick your poison thing.
Yes, with NFTs and stuff, like it's a world that I don't understand fully, but in terms of Metazoo, it has pulled its weight by a ton. Like I've gotten so much of the NFT exclusive stuff, and I personally sold it to recover my funds, and like everything after that is just literally like more benefits. It's been nonstop since then. So it's Austin. That's who it is. I was like, who the hell is Winnie? It's my buddy Austin. That makes a lot more
Oh,
sense now.
Winnie now.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Austin. I was like, huh, how does he know me by Dylan? It must be Facebook maybe. So this makes a lot more sense. But the Metazoo NFTs literally is providing so much bang for your buck. Like it's a hard concept to accept the NFT world, but literally Metazoo has made it easy for me. So that's how my
Oh
stance
yeah,
on
for sure. No, for sure.
it. Mhm.
It's not an easy thing for sure. I've been talking with Ian a bit from Crypto Nation News,
Yeah.
and we've been we talked a bit. MetaMan and I actually I invited
Yeah, he's
MetaMan
like
on.
the NFT god over there.
Yeah, he's all about NFTs, man. He is all about NFTs. I had him on before Mike. Actually, I had him on in June, I think it was. I invited him on the show, and we talked a bit. So I know
Yeah.
he's definitely about the NFTs. Actually, if there's anybody you want to talk to, that'd be him. Actually,
Oh
I've
yeah.
been talking to Ian a bit about NFTs too. So again, it's one of those things where you didn't have a chance now. You would have to have gotten it back in May if to get it at the 0.11 because if you saw the prices now, I mean, I think it was like
Bless you.
I know everybody heard that.
Bless you.
Yeah, you would have to have gotten in to get it at the regular price because now it's
Yeah.
just so crazy expensive. So
Yeah, I got in during that time, so I understand like the high price point, but then if you're willing to cough it up and then do the work reselling, I mean, I personally appreciate reselling. I'm on the pro seller side, so that's a whole another argument there. But I personally say cover your costs and you're good to go. Like once you cover your costs, you're golden.
yes, I'm of the belief that you do you and I'll do me. I don't care.
Yes,
I
as
don't
long as
really
you're not hurting anybody, so you're good.
yeah, I don't really understand the whole where there's people who are literally upset over the NFT stuff. It's like it has nothing to do with us. I mean, if there's a promo card that comes out of it, then that's the way it
Dude,
happens.
people get so tilted. I'm like, yeah, yo, just calm down. Take a look at it.
Yeah,
If you
it has
calm
nothing to
down.
with, yeah, it's like don't worry about it. If you're not gonna buy it, don't worry about it. I don't understand why people get so frustrated and upset over certain things. It's like control what you can control, and that's it. You had the option just like everybody else that did it. You passed on it. Why are you upset now? Don't be upset. Just don't let it go. Let those people do what they're doing, and you do you. Like I said, if you want to go take that money and buy yourself a case of UFO with it. You
Yeah.
know, go do something constructive that with your money that you want to do. For me, like I said, I'm not huge. Sorry, I'm kicking cats. Got cats everywhere around me here. If I had the money, if I had the extra ability to do that, I would have probably tapped into it because again, the getting a hard asset out of it is what I would have wanted, and for me
Yeah.
that's a pillow. So or something along that lines, right? But again, I don't worry about it, and I'm not gonna talk down about it. Again, there's people
Yeah.
who love that stuff, so it's an option, just like the rugs. People had an option to buy rugs. I think it's funny. If I had a whole room where I was decorating and I was doing something like that, like people do with sports, their favorite hockey team or football team or
Yeah.
baseball team, you could do the same thing. But I wasn't going to spend $150 on a rug. I don't have those means to do it.
Yeah.
It's not a priority for me, and I'm not going to knock anybody who bought a rug though. If you
Yeah.
were able to buy a rug, hey,
It's
shout out to you.
it's good when you can I like your viewpoint because no harm done. You can still have your opinions, but you're not adding everybody. But there's so many angry people. I was like, bro, they were talking so much trash because I got like a Mothman rug, and they were like trash talking me. I was like, bro, you know how much you spend for a piece of cardboard? It's the same thing. It's just different form.
Yeah, man, it's what makes you happy at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was making a joke. I mean, I guarantee you, because it's in Pokemon. Okay, you go to Japan, you will not find one item in this planet in Japan that doesn't have a Pokemon logo on it or a Pokemon on it. I
That's
mean,
facts.
socks, underwear,
It's a lifestyle.
It is. So you can totally expect. We already know what Mike's plan is. He spoke about it in my interview. He's spoken about it in other things. We already know they have plans, big plans, and he's a big fan of what Pokemon, the IP.
Metaman again.
I draw the line at the rug.
It's so funny.
I hope you in a back room somewhere saying, "Yo, these goddamn nerds will be buying anything. I want to bet it. We could sell them a literal rug and then throw a cake in their face."
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, they got me. They got me, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Like I said, man, everybody's got their own thing that they get into, and I'm not gonna hammer anybody for what they enjoy doing. So, I'm in this for the cards.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you subscribe to me, I appreciate it. I want to grow as a channel, but I never lie to people about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. You're a player. I honestly have no idea what the hell half the stuff you may have said tonight is, but I'm not gonna act like I know what you're talking about. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I do know some stuff now because I said I'm forcing myself to learn. But you get what you get with me, which is I'm an entertainer. At the end of the day, I mean that's what I do. I'm in that field, and I'm here to have fun. And when I'm opening cards, I'm here to share it with people, and I'm trying to do it in an entertaining way. I'm trying to do it where it's not in a way where I know you and you don't like me, or whatever the case may be. I know where I stand in my thing, and so that's what I offer people. And it's the same thing with products. They're offering a product to people that like that stuff as well as collecting.
Yeah.
That's all it is at the end of the day,
Hey Harley, you mind if we wrap it up at the 2-hour mark? I'm gonna go cook some dinner after this. Do you have any last minute questions by chance?
I don't pay attention to any of this stuff, so I have no idea. Man.
It's okay. Do you have any last minute questions you wanted to I was like, I gotta ask this tonight.
Question for Khai. Since breaking here's one. Pokemenace. Sorry, Pokemenace. I saw you earlier and I didn't say no. I'm sorry. Question for Khai. Since breaking the fourth wall is such a unique part of Metazoo,
oh yeah.
what do you think the environments would be like if Metazoo plays the game in a virtual reality?
Bruh, that'd be. They mentioned it back then, but it would be nuts. Like, imagine Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, because Yu-Gi-Oh! When you play it, you put on the dual disc, you put a card down, a blue eyes just comes out of into the game. If they did that for Metazoo, I'd be like losing my ish right there because that'd be so fun. I get to see a quest like flying in, going to attack somebody, some thunder going around everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Wait, what's up, Filth Planet? What's going on, my guy? Well said, guys, about the NFTs. Collect what you like. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I guess, I think some of the questions. What was it? Oh, so again, I was watching your whatnot, and I saw that you pulled a bluey.
Oh yeah.
You pulled a bluey, and you not only did you didn't just pull it for some rando. You pulled it for Hawaii Hauler, who has
Oh no.
He's been in here, right? You pulled it for Hawaiian Hauler, right?
No, it's actually a funny story. That was not for him. That was for me. So I actually pulled it for myself. So beforehand, we had like it was like X amount of packs, and I was like, all right, guys, this is the last. I'm trying to hit the hay, guys. I'm trying to go sleep. And I was like, who wants to bid on these last packs? And Hawaiian Dealer was like, hey, if you throw in a Mothman, I'll do it, or something like that. I was like, all right, I got you, bro. So I put in like a Nightfall Mothman because it was like his first time getting into Metazoo. I think that's what happened. And then I ended up pulling his packs, and then I think we might have hit a regular Mothman. And then I was opening everything, the packs, because I sold the packs to cover the cost. I was like, okay, cool, this, and then the box topper is for myself to enjoy. I was like, I'm gonna open it for myself, and someone offered like a high dollar amount. I want to say it was like the $70 mark, and at the time, the $70 for a box topper, that's nuts, right? And yeah. I was like, yeah, it was a great deal, but I told myself I'm gonna stick to my guns. I got this for myself. I want to enjoy this, like at least the box topper. And then I opened the box topper and it's a blue wing, and I was like, let's go! I was freaking out.
Who was the person that wanted to buy it? They must have been like,
it might have been Hawaiian Dealer or somebody else.
Hawaiian Dealer?
It might have been.
He comes in here into my lives too.
Yeah.
Dude, well, that defeats the question then, because the whole question was, how did it feel to pull something you had to give to somebody else? But now that I know you got to keep it.
Well, if you see my earlier Pokemon days, I was I did Rip and Ships back then, and I did a lot of like Hidden Fates Pokemon, and I pulled 3 of the Hidden Fates Charizards, and dude, I was like, bruh, I really got to give this away, and I would cherish it for the moment I had it, and then I sent it off.
That Hidden Fates was the bane of my existence. I opened up almost 2,000 packs of Hidden Fates.
Oh my god!
Never pulled the SB49.
I can say I've done it. I've done it 3 times in less than a couple hundred.
I don't live on. Have you ever heard of Lootbox TV?
No, I might have come across them. So
Lootbox, they got into Pokemon pretty big for a bit. They're into sports cards now. They live not too far from me. We were all vying for Hidden Fates product at the time. Yeah. They were pulling it like crazy. I could not pull it. It became an obsession. I have so much Hidden Fates sealed product around me right now, and I just could not pull that damn card, and it drove me up the wall. I ended up buying it, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. But some of the questions I was going to ask you that I kind of came up at the very, because I told you we weren't really going to ask too many questions.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer these. These are just ones I just want to plant in your head. Maybe we'll talk again another time. But I was like, planning on going to other tournaments and cons. Did you think you'd get as far as you did in Caster's Cup?
Oh no.
Where did you think you went wrong against Easton? Your favorite Pokemon and why? Whether it's playability and there was a bunch of questions. Dude, I came up with a whole bunch of questions at the last second, man.
Yeah, these I kind of want to answer these. We can answer them real quick. I'll do a speed run of all of them.
Favorite Pokemon, why?
Rayquaza, he's a cool dragon. His regular form is badass, and his shiny form is even cooler.
Hey, he's in my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time.
And I grew up with Sapphire, so Emerald was the next, Rayquaza, and I was like, oh my god, this is a cool Pokemon. Okay.
I had an idea it was your favorite because I saw you posted the artwork, so I kind of knew that. But I wanted to ask you anyways.
Yeah.
Favorite?
Say again?
Yu-Gi-Oh! What's your favorite?
Oh, God. I'd probably go with the Black Rose Dragon.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I wouldn't have saw that one coming. I'm Blue Eyes White Dragon all the way. Always.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome. That was literally that was my second option.
I have the pop over here. I got the cereal with them on it. I mean, I have the giant. I got Blue Eyes everywhere here. I'm a big Blue Eyes guy. And then, like I said, what do you think? Where do you think went wrong with Houston? Can you say that quickly? Like, do you think, like,
so I don't know if you guys saw a big questionable play during, I think it was game 1 or game 3. One of those. I played New Year's New Beginnings when I had 2 Aura and he had a Quetzal and the whole field established. I played it because I had no Aura in my hand. I literally, if I don't do this now, I'm done for. So I might have expedited my death, but I at least had a chance to play if I did that. So that's why I went for the New Year's. I think a question you had earlier too was, did you think I was going to place that far? Or I did not. I thought I was shooting for 8th place top 8, because top 8 they get $10,000, and I mean, of course I wanted to win, but my minimum goal was top 8. I was like, I want $10,000, throw the entirety of it into my store, get started, let's go, and that was my goal. And then the rest is history, obviously.
Okay, one more question here. One more question.
Okay.
Also, before I get to this last question, this will be the last question, everybody. So I will be streaming live on Sunday, my same time as of right now, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll be opening, again, Cryptid Nation. This will be the last one that I'm going to open up before we go to Roswell. I will be in Roswell.
Ooh.
I will be doing something. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing with Metazoo, but I will be, I think, streaming and maybe some other stuff. So I will be there. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be seeing Khai there.
Yes, sir.
For this Sunday, this is what I'm going to do. I'm looking for the cards I need to finish up Cryptid Nation 2nd Edition. However, if I pull a Mothman, full hollow Mothman, because I need the reverse, I will be giving it away. So if I pull... Oh, that was another question I had for you, too. Was about that. If I pull a full hollow Mothman this Sunday's live, I will be giving it away.
Woo!
So
nice.
That'll be the big giveaway for this Sunday. Last Sunday, I gave away one of my 4th of July promos that I got. Again, so I'll be doing that for this Sunday. So you can get a Mothman. If I pull it, it's got to be full hollow, though, because I've already, like I said, I need the reverse for the set.
Yeah, fair.
So last question from Pokey Menace. He likes to ask this question a lot.
Okay.
What is Khai's Mount Rushmore for TCGs? Like in other words, Black Lotus, Charizard, Blue Eyes, Mothman.
Oh, so my ultimate chase card.
Your Mount Rushmore.
So my Mount Rushmore, well, this one's a pretty big grail. The Mothman sample card. I wasn't really targeting it, but I could not pass it down. It was such a good price. I literally could not pass it. It was a disservice if I did.
I don't even want to the price because I already know. I look at the samples of price. That's crazy.
I'll let the chat throw some numbers out, and if I see it, I'll say yes or no. But what's it called?
It's a 7, right?
Yeah, 7. So my actual chase of Metazoo was a sample Quetzalcoatlus. I got that through trading my my player packs from the tournament, player and the Caster Cup packs. And it was a very fair trade, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. So that was my chase card for Metazoo. Actually, was the Quetzalcoatlus. My ultimate, probably all-time grail, I would melt right now if I had it. Probably be a PSA 10, very clean. Gold Star Rayquaza, because I have a Gold Star Rayquaza, but it's absolutely destroyed. I don't know if you can see it, but it looked like somebody was washing in their pants, and then they threw it to their dog, and then played fetch with it. But I love destroyed cards. I think they have a history. I think destroyed cards are more historical than a very crisp one. But of course, I wouldn't mind a crisp one.
Yeah, my goal is to get Charizard. Yeah.
Oh, the OG one?
Yeah, that's my goal is to get the gold star. Not gold. Not gold. Yeah, gold star. Gold star Charizard. Well,
Right.
that and crystal. Those would
Oh
be
yeah,
my
that's
two.
a sick one.
Yeah, those would be my two to add. So I do have shiny. I do have the shining Charizard from Neo. I do have that, but I don't have a
Dude,
grade.
to everyone that put a number out, all are no. I can't answer ranges, but all the numbers that are currently out, no.
That's yeah. I would. That's crazy. That's a great pickup for sure. But that is gonna do it, everybody. Here for tonight's episode. Again, I'm gonna try and I've already got a few other people lined up. We'll be we're not gonna make this like a weekly thing. Probably I'll do it maybe like twice a month. Well, I'll invite someone on and we'll just talk about the hobby and talk about what their interests are and what they do and how they impact the hobby.
Mhm.
Again, we've had Metaman on here. We've had Mike Waddell on here. I'm gonna have Gary very soon.
Oh,
Gary,
nice.
Pokemon King
Gary's
Metazoo.
always fun to talk to.
Yep, we're gonna have him. I've got a few other that I'm not gonna say, but they are lined up. And again, hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank Khai for taking the time, for hanging with us, and giving your info and all that fun stuff.
Oh shoot, thank you, dude. Like, it was a pleasure being on here. It's a great platform to talk on, and good to talk with the community too. Definitely keep doing this because I'm gonna be popping in these lives too whenever I get the chance.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do, and again, it's what we're having a good time right now. So again, we'll be in Roswell. I will be live this Sunday, everybody, 7 p.m.
Ooh.
Eastern Standard Time. But that is going to do it, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash the like button. Make sure you can check everything for Khai out. Description. Everything's there. I put it all there. I think I did. We'll catch you all later, man. Have a great one, everybody. Appreciate you showing up. And as always, have more epic adventures with us here at EpicTube HE. Oh, big shout out to all my moderators. Thank you again. My epic mom, my wife, thanks for showing up. Fernerology, Scott, Cool Squirtle Gaming. Can't forget all the people who help support this channel. Again, have a good night, everybody. Peace out. See ya.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.